Some projects start with a blueprint, maybe even a list of materials, and a plan for construction. This shelving system began with a tight budget and some funky acoustics. Before we get to that though, there's a few things I should say. Firstly, this thing is way easier to build than it looks. All we needed was a saw, a screwdriver, and a name that rhymes with patience. And some wood. Okay, lots of wood. But the cool thing about this system is that it lets us get away with some pretty affordable materials. In fact, when my girlfriend and I designed it, we based everything on the cheapest dimensions we could find, because wood gets pricey when you go big. So if you're on a budget, this is a solid alternative. And if you're looking to build something similar, I've put together a step-by-step guide with everything you need to get started. It covers materials, dimensions, and assembly, as well as all the tiny things we wish we knew at the beginning, and you'll find it in the description. Now, here's how we built this thing. First, we had to decide on the height, or rather the sound. Our apartment has a high ceiling, which means funky acoustics. At night, it almost feels like a giant cave, or a concert hall before the crowd arrives. So, to balance that out, we knew we had to go big. As for the layout, it's almost embarrassingly simple. In fact, the whole thing is based on the LP player down there, which we wanted to fit perfectly. As for the depth, it only gets worse, as it's actually just enough to keep the records from popping out. And once we had this enormously complex system figured out, it was time to start cutting. Now, this is where patience really kicks in, because we cut every single piece by hand, and we did it, as always, in the living room. Luckily, we didn't record it, as it was a physical and emotional mess. But if we had, it would have looked something like this. Put all the verticals on the floor with the desired spacing. Place all the horizontals on top with the desired spacing. As for the assembly, we wanted to protect ourselves and all future guests from the unspeakable evil that is visible screws. In the end, it should look something like this, with your desired spacing. Now repeat this process for an entire weekend and voila! A strong, independent structure. As you can see, we added a few simple planks for the shelves. Now we could have stopped there, but since it's 3 meters tall and we like to sleep at night, we decided to go the way of safety. We secured it to the wall, somewhat unsuccessfully, and we used these things. No idea what they're called, but they make it lean slightly inward. And the best part? They protect the floor and absolve us of all the measurement mistakes we made earlier. Now at this point, all there's left to say is hallelujah, and lo and behold, it looks pretty cool. As mentioned earlier, if you're looking to build something similar, check out the guide in the description. And if this video was to your liking, then check out my other ones on creative design. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.